Good evening, everyone. Well, it is a happy recap. As we all know, we all better be singing New York, New York, baby, because we had it all tonight, and it was the off-season acquisitions that did it again, baby. Max Fried with an incredible one-hitter, and actually three pitches combined, a one-hitter. And of course, my boy at first base, Paulie G. Where are all the Cashman haters, huh? Come out, baby. Let's talk about it. You didn't want Paul G. You wanted this guy and you wanted that guy. Well, you're stuck with Paul G, and he's leading the charge. Very, very happy game. Again, it's not all roses. Bellinger is driving me absolutely out off the wall. Something's got to be done here, either arrest or he's not right, but something's going on there. Enough's enough with this. It's crap. It really is crap. And it's like I said, I'm one. Tell it like it is. The game was great, but there's problems. So we're going to talk about everything right here. We have our pregame people. Ken from The Ugly Truth is here, and one of our big supporters, Jonathan, with always a lot of news, insight, and breaking news. I'm going to bring up Ken first. Hey, Ken, how are you? How's it going?
Not bad, not bad.
Good. And let's bring in the man of the hour, the man with all the news. How you doing, Jonathan? How's it going?
Good.
So what do you want to start with, the good stuff or the bad stuff first?
I do the good stuff. I mean,
All
Max
right. I
Fried.
figured that. I'll give it
Max
a
Fried,
break.
you can't expect a better game than that.
I know.
I mean, look at his numbers right now. He's what the updated numbers? 6-0 with a 1.01 ERA. I mean, who
Not
thought
bad.
of this when we signed him? He's pitching better than Bob Gibson.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's not get crazy. It's only a few games, but we're happy. He's really he's carrying the team on his back. One big hit finally, but again, the holes are there. Man on third, nobody out. Did they score? No. How did they win? With the home run. They're going to live and die by the home run. We are not going to win, guys. And everybody in the chat, if you're depending on the home run, the Yankees are not going to win. They are not going to win again this year. Tired of it. We need situational hitting. Show me you can get a base hit and drive in a run. Listen, I love it. I understand it. Fine. But it's going to come back and haunt us. And that's what I want to keep everybody in reality. Because you see the home runs, yeah, great. But you don't see, what you're not seeing is that they can't do anything else. And that worries the hell out of me. Ken, go ahead.
Okay, you want to complain about situational hitting. How are you going to change it? You going to DFA the entire roster and start over from scratch? Because that's what you're going to have to do.
No.
This team is built around hitting long balls. It's a flaw that's constructed by Cashman. It's been that same exact model since about 2006. This is not the team of the 90s where we were built on contact hitting with some pop and about 20 home runs from about 5 players. This is a team that is built to generate a high amount of home runs.
Well, here's my thinking on the batting order. If I were to create a team, I would say 3 power guys, 3 on base guys, and 3 a mix of both power and base. Three guys who can guarantee you, I would say, 35 plus home runs guaranteed. 3 guys who can give you maybe a 390 on base percentage with maybe 15 to 25 home runs. and the other three guys can do somewhere in between, worse or better. I think that's a better way to think of a lineup rather than having everybody going one direction or the other. That's also more balance.
Exactly. Situational hitting. And, Ken is right. I mean, how are you going to do it? Well, and there's got to be something they can do. And I'll tell you, I really like the at-bats from the kid at second base. I like the way he looked. He looked confident. He just looks like a player. And I really think in time and in playing, there's no question he will outshine everything else. Like a Pablo Reyes and all of that. We know that Cabrera at third base, he has a great glove. I mean, obviously, sometimes he forgets where first base is when he throws the ball. But tonight he was very, very good. He was accurate, and that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I got to tell you guys, we got to dissect somebody like Bellinger because he's really so far. He has shown us absolutely nothing.
No.
Don't care.
Zero.
Don't care. Not
Yeah.
whatsoever. I don't care.
Well, you better
Bellinger-
care because when the other guys go,
Bellinger is the glove guy. He solidifies defense in the outfield. He's freaking helping Dominguez learn how to play the freaking outfield. You need 4 or 5 people that hit consistently. You got Bellinger not hitting, he'll come around. You're not going to have 9 players hit every freaking game. Back to life.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, well,
He's consistent every day. He does nothing.
I agree, though. Bellinger should be there for defensive purposes. Whatever he can get at the plate will be a bonus. That's the way we should think about it. I mean, he's also, for his first year in New York, he might still have some jitters in his stomach. Maybe he's thinking like, I have to live up to my father, what he did when he was on the Yankees, winning a World Series.
What did his father do? He was a backup player that did almost
But he
nothing.
won the World. He was on the World Series team.
Okay.
Do you think that doesn't get into your head?
It does. But still, I mean, so what you're telling me is we're paying a guy what, $28 million so that he can catch a few balls in the outfield. And then you got Giancarlo Stanton. We're paying 28 or 31 million.
See, before you go on that tangent, we traded for that contract. It's not like it was a surprise. It was out there and apparent. His numbers were there last year from the Cubs, and they weren't a surprise. I don't know why you think that he's going to come to New York being a left-handed hitter, and all of a sudden a magic light bulb is going to click, and this guy's going to bang 40 home runs out and hit 280.
Ken, I can understand that.
There's also another thing you have to remember about
right now, 169, whatever he's batting. Come on. He can do a little better than that.
Yes. There's one other thing.
And he will come around.
Starting next year, the Marlins will pay $10 million of his contract for the rest of the contract. That saved the Yankees $10 million in payroll per season. The last season of the 3 seasons is a $10 million buyout. So we're basically paying, after this year, the Yankees are on the hook for $30 million left of his contract.
I like CT Cards. First of all, thank everybody in the chat. His comment, I want a golden light bulb. All right, we're in the golden age of living. So now I want a golden light bulb. I love that. CT. How you doing tonight? I'm sure the Yankees made you feel a little bit better. I'm hoping. Just a shout out to everyone. Please give your comments, and we love it here. We have a few friendly go back and forths. Myself and Ken, we like doing that. Ken enjoys when I round up, and then he cools you down a little bit. So guys, how about we talk a little bit about You know what? Let's go around the league before we go into what the lineup did tonight. So just quickly, Cincinnati 5, the Nationals 1, bottom 6. The Padres lead the Pirates 5-3, end of 5. The Toronto Blue Jays lead the Indians 5-3, top of the 9th. The final, the Athletics beat the Marlins 6-1. Another final, the Red Sox beat the Twins 6-1. The Chicago White Sox leading the Astros 4-2 in the top of the 8th. The Mariners pouring it on to Texas 8-0, top of the 6th. The Mets just took the 5-3 lead over the Cardinals, top of the 5th. The Detroit Tigers and the LA Angels. The Angels are leading 1-0, bottom 1. And in a delay, the Dodgers lead Atlanta 2-1. That game is in the 8th. The Rockies and the Giants start in just a little bit. Finals, the Phillies 3, the Diamondbacks 2. The Orioles shut out the Royals 3-0. In game 1, the Athletics beat the Marlins 6-1, lost the doubleheader. And also the Red Sox beat the Minnesota Twins 8-1. So that is your up-to-the-minute scoreboard, everyone. As far as the Yankee game, guys, let's go. Why don't we go over who did what and who didn't do anything and all of that good stuff. So let's start with Trent Grisham, guys. What did you see from Trent tonight, guys?
What?
He's coming down to earth.
Yes. I agree.
Grisham is not what Grisham did to start in April is not what I expected. Grisham is not going to continue hitting 310 with
right.
Grisham is basically what I expect from him. 260, great defense, can with speed and hopefully steal a base here and there.
Yeah, and then of course the big boy Aaron Judge, 2 for 4, 1K, and 1 run. So of course Judge, he batted his 500 tonight, and he has a lofty 430 batting average as of the end of tonight. Before we go on, we got a nice comment from John Ferrazzo. How you doing? Hope all is well. When I see Max on the mound, I see Andy Pettitte. They finally signed a free agent that is an ace. Well, John, I mean, I agree with you, but you do have Garrett Cole, too. Unfortunately, he's not pitching now. But not all the decisions were wrong, but most of them, yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, not every pitcher they sign has to be an ace. They just has to be a solid pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
If you stack your club with all $200 million pitchers, you have no money to spend it anywhere else.
Right. Well,
so you want a solid number 3, number 4 hitter to complement your ace.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Getting back to the score, to the at bats. Ben Rice 1 hit, 4 at bats, and 1K, and of course Paul G. 2 hits at 4 at bats with 1 run, 2 RBIs, and actually 3 RBIs. I'm sorry, and of course the home run. Bellinger 0 for 4, and his average is a big 196. Anthony Volpe 3 at bats, 1 hit. Austin Wells 3 at bats, nothing, a walk. Cabrera 3 at bats, 1 strikeout, and the rookie Vivas, he has an official at bat, and 2 walks. So and a run. So down and up the lineup, a total of 6 hits, but the big home run by Paul G was the big blow of the game. Getting on to pitching, Max Fried has just been. What can you say, guys? I mean, the guy has taken the Yankees on his back. 7
What?
innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and his ERA is down to 1.001, like Jonathan said.
Yeah.
Um,
What I liked about today also, I think Vivas had a chance to stick around, and I would like the Yankees to give him that chance.
Yes, and I agree with you, but like Ken said in the pregame, the problem is if he's going to stick, he's got to play.
Yeah.
He can't be like a Pablo Reyes. We
No,
know we know what Pablo Reyes is. We don't know what this other guy is.
I understand, but with the Jazz Chisholm injury, there's the opportunity for him to play every day. And
Yes.
since he's here already, you play him every day.
That very well agreed. Mr. Williams, 1 inning, 1 strikeout, and Luke Weaver, very dominant, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Over 45,000 screaming fans at the stadium. The crowds have been fantastic, and you know that the weather's been, up and down in New York at Yankee Stadium, but the crowds keep coming out, and the way tonight went, I really hope we can get in one more game in before the rain out, most likely on Sunday. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the Yankees called it before they even open the gates, especially on Sunday.
Right now for Saturday, the forecast in New York City, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorm developing in the afternoon, chance of rain 60%.
Okay, well, that's a little okay to for them to wait. But again, getting ahead of ourselves, Sunday is supposed to be the disaster day.
Yes, Sunday I do not expect a game.
Right.
Saturday maybe.
Yeah.
Especially since it starts at 1:00.
Well, yeah, we have a better chance of playing tomorrow because it is a 1:00 game. It's not one of those 4:00s or a Fox game at 7:05 or whatever. So CT cards. I agree, Jonathan. To see more of Vivas. Yes, thank you. And like I said, overall it was a great win, great pitching. It's wonderful that these games end fast. Major League Baseball and the Yankees and the fans must love it. It's like, hello, how are you? And we're going home. Yankee games typically usually go 3 hours. This did not, which is a pleasant surprise. And I thought the umpiring was a little bit better tonight. We always get on them when they're bad, but when they do a good job, we should give them a little kudos. I thought the umpire did a very nice job behind home plate. What do you guys? Were you concentrating a little bit on that? What did you
the
think?
umpiring today.
The what?
I have no complaints about the umpiring today.
Ken, how about you?
Nope, not today.
No.
I thought Fried was going to get called for a balk, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, that's it. He doesn't get credit for those. He looks like Andy Pettit. I mean, it's just amazing. It really is. I mean, you really can't take any lead on that guy.
And you called Dopey or Volpe dopey, but he had a pretty nice running play that put him on the steal from first to third.
And that was a misspell.
And he had the pitcher baffled with his secondary lead, and then he just took a walking run. And the guy couldn't do shit but throw home.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely
correct. So there may be team members that aren't producing with the bat, but they're contributing other ways. And the sport is a team sport.
Well, that's the difference with baseball and everybody else. The other sports, if you have a shooter that's cold and he's your number one shooter, you're in trouble. But in baseball, if your number 2 hitter or number 1 hitter is not hitting, well, you try for number 2. Then you have number 3, you have number 4, and you go down.
That's you're talking about the shooter in basketball. That's today's game. because everybody shoots behind the arc and they have touch fouls and all that other crap. But if you look back in the Bird Johnson era, Larry Bird could affect a basketball game without ever taking a shot. He got his entire team involved with his passing, the assists, and everything else. That's why a lot of people consider him one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Well, if you look at Aaron Judge on our team, he does it in the field. He supports the other hitters.
Mm-hmm.
If he has to put the team on his back, at least during the regular season, he's capable of doing it and has done it many times. But when he's got supporting casts like Paul Goldschmidt, makes life a little bit easier. You got to remember, we went to the World Series last year and we essentially had 3 hitters because after Stanton, it was a ghost town. You weren't going to get any productivity from bats 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9.
Yeah.
And they were so predictable with the little.
Joe, I'm gonna go walk the dog now, but I'll be back later on.
Okay. Go ahead. CT Cards just put out Tatis got injured tonight. Any word? Anything yet of what's going on with him? I mean, that's a big loss because I know he was playing very well, and he is a super hitter, and he is a Yankee killer. So I guess that's something we gotta look on. He also says Goldie lit up the offense, no question about it. Man, he's got that ink stroke, and that ball just flies. It's such a what a sweet swing he's got. It's so natural and raw, and it just flies nice and quiet and just flies out of the ballpark or flies to the wall or whatever he's doing. That is an incredible, so far, I gotta say, an incredible pickup, and nobody could dispute that. And I think he's doing the best out of, I mean, aside from maybe Alonso, there's not too many more first basemen that are doing better than them right now. So the two first basemen are in New York.
Hey, Real Bill. Glad to see you hop in on the stream, brother. Thanks for supporting.
Hi, Real Bill. How you doing? How's it going? Let's bring up Goldie is the man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Real Bill. Definitely. 100%. He is, everything and more. The defense was pretty solid. There was one error, but Cabrera at third base, he looked like Greg Nettles. If people here in the studied Greg Nettles or saw Greg Nettles, so everybody did their part. They all looked good in the beginning. I got to tell you, they looked a little sluggish. They were swinging at low pitches as usual and missing. And it was just, back and forth. I said, oh, boy, it's going to be one of those games. Hopefully it's not just one mistake. It was a mistake, but in our favor. So, that was good. So the thing is that Max has raised the pitching that high all the way up now. And now you're going to come down. And what are we going to get out of our next pitcher? For that, Ken could give us a little insight on what he feels.
Well, Clark Schmidt is working his way back from a back injury. In my personal opinion, he should have had a couple more rehab starts down in the minor leagues because he only rehabbed at Somerset, Double-A ball. Mm-hmm. So he was getting a lot of strikeouts, but he's facing Double-A players, not major league freaking caliber hitters.
Right.
The advantage that Schmidt has coming up against the Rays is they're a crappy hitting team. They hit bombs, and that's about it. They're a baby version of the Yankees. If Schmidt can get movement on his breaking ball slash his off speed pitches, he may be in for a fairly good day.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't really been a consistent ball player. I mean, what I would expect out of him is he was up to 90 pitches the last time he was out, so that would put him 5.5, probably close to 6 innings pitched if he holds his own. I think he'll give up a couple of runs, maybe 5 or 6 strikeouts like Fried tonight, 2 or 3 walks. So it should be enough to keep. He should be able to pitch well enough against this team to keep us in the game. Now, the pitcher that they have going up against us is Lytle, and he is a slightly better version of Carlos Carrasco. He maxes out at a 92 mile an hour fastball. He throws a lot of breaking stuff. The problem that he's run into is if his breaking stuff isn't moving well, it ends up in the middle of the plate. It has a high freaking hard hit rate. They barrel the shit out of it. And the exit velo is off the charts, i.e. long balls.
No, correct. You're right on. You're definitely right on target. And another nice thing is kind of save the bullpen because the 2 fireballers, the 2 biggies, they gave 1 inning. They just gave 1 inning. So everybody else will be ready to go, and they'll be ready to go tomorrow too. So I don't expect Clarke Smith to go more than 5 innings. And God willing, he does give us at least 5 innings. John brings up a good point. Goldie is the definition of a pro ball player. Yes, you're 100% right, John. 100%. John, just to tell you, Real Bill gives you a big hello. So it's always nice that everybody says hello to each other. This one is for Ken. From Rebuild. Ken, how many Ks did we end up tossing tonight?
I know that Max Fried had 6. I want to say that Devin Williams had 1, and I think that Weaver had, I know 1 for sure, maybe 2.
Yeah, Fried had 6, Williams had 1, Weaver had 2. So altogether, they struck out 9 batters. Walks, we gave up 2 walks for the night, and of course that 1 lone hit. It was a clean hit, so it wasn't any controversy this time. But just think of the last 2 games, actually the last 3 that Max Fried has pitched. They've been incredible, absolutely incredible. You can't ask for more than that. Welcome, Sean Browning. Hey, y'all, Fried is awesome. He definitely is awesome, guys. You can't ask for much than that. He's like I said, I just said to Ken and to everybody listening, he set the guide so high. You always want next man up and the next pitcher up. I don't know how you can beat that aside from going to a perfect game or a no hitter. But we're not expecting that of Clarke Smith and Will Warren and those guys. We just want a serviceable outing. Keep the Yankees in the game, tied up, or maybe we're up by a run, or let's say down by a run, and then the hitters will take over. Hopefully, that's why you play 9 innings. So, Max Fried has been as advertised. I'm sure Atlanta must be scratching their heads right now, but they do let players go. So they have nothing to be ashamed of because they do it all the time. So
they didn't want to pony up the cash for him.
Yeah, probably couldn't afford it at that time.
They could afford. They've got a lot of players that they signed early that are on very team-friendly contracts, and their ace Spencer Strider is still in his ARB years.
Yeah, he's going to get a boatload of money. There's no question about that. Absolutely not. But
In
you know,
in Freed's last 5 starts, he's given up 3 earned runs total.
incredible. You know, like I said, Ken, you cannot ask for anything more than what this guy has given us. He's gonna. I mean, I think he's pitching better in the first couple of months than Garrett Cole did when he first started. If you really look at it, he had a couple of hiccups in the beginning, and then you know, he started getting into the flow of things. But regardless, I mean, you have an ace here.
We're still early in the season,
Yes,
but Freed is leading the league in victories. He's leading the league in ERA, hands down. And you know, he at this juncture, he's like the early hands-on favorite to be the starter in the All-Star game.
I would. Yeah, I would. Oh, yeah, I would definitely. I would agree with that 100%. You know, but again, you know, stranger things have happened. Remember, Luis Gil was like that. He was on his way, then all of a sudden he just like lost everything. So, and then he got everything back.
But you also have to remember when Luis Gil was ringing up numbers, major league hitters didn't have really a squid chart to go on them.
Yes.
When he started getting smacked around, hitters had figured him out and made adjustments. Well, they don't have that same opportunity with Freed because Freed has thrown at least 5 effective pitches every freaking outing that he's at. He is a seasoned veteran, so he will make quick adjustments to their adjustments.
Yes, he will.
So, do you think one thing that can help Gil is to have a third or fourth pitch?
Yes.
Wow.
And not
developing that.
an additional pitch that's not just a get me over pitch. One that actually
remember what Gil's pitches are.
Fastball, cutter, a sinker, and he throws a slider. It's more of a slurve than a slider.
So what would be a good additional pitch for him to develop?
He can throw a changeup.
Changeup, right?
A changeup is thrown in the exact same arm slot as a fastball. The rotation is essentially the same, but he's choked it off in his hand, and it'll come in flatter.
So, if Gil can develop a third pitch, then I think Gil has the potential to be a great starting pitcher when he learns to control his pitches and look and.
You know who Gil is? He's a young CC Sabathia.
Young CC, not a young Pedro.
No, because CC was a fireballer when he came into the league. He relied on the high fastball, striking everybody out. As he started to get a little older, he was getting hit a lot and figured, well, I need to add a couple of pitches here. And he did. And then when he lost his fastball velocity, he was able to sit down. I mean, he lost essentially a season, but he was just able to sit down with Mo and Pettit and develop his cutter.
Hey guys, just 1 minute. I want to say a quick hi to who just joined us. Let's see here. I see A Beagle. The Beagle Man is here. How you doing? Dev Finch, how are you doing? Glad you can join us. Sean Browning, same thing. You're all sticking in. I really appreciate that. And somebody had a comment here I wanted to bring up. Let's see. Oh, I had to leave early tonight, but I knew when he picked off the runner at first, it was going to be a great night. Absolutely correct.
And was he at the game?
No, I don't know. Bill, were you at the game that you said you had to leave early, or where you were? John the Beagle Dad, what's up, folks? John Ferrazzo had something good. Okay. The game reminded me of the 90s. The Yankees starting pitcher goes 7 and the bullpen goes 2. No sweat innings. Yes,
Yeah.
you're 100% right. 100% right. And, if we can go back to that time, we'll definitely be in great shape. 100%.
I think Matt Fried has some similarities to CC Sabathia. I mean, he can give you length and save the bullpen.
Yeah, no question about it. A little different framework,
Yeah.
but they are definitely very similar. Bill says, no, my wife had plans for me and honey-do stuff. And okay, awesome. That comes first, man. Remember, no honey, no money, no honey. So good for you, Bill. But you got to keep the eye on the game. So that's always great. And John, the Beagle, how you doing? Is everybody happy? Make a comment about Max Fried. Some people that are out there haven't said too much. By all means, what do you think of the Max Fried? What do you think of Paul G? He's a godsend. And I a little ranted about Cody Bellinger in the beginning because of the fact that he's just not hitting. He's not hitting at all. And we really, really need him to start one way or the other because it's going to get grueling now, guys. After this, we got the Padres. That series alone, these guys have got to start stepping it up.
What do you think is Cody Bellinger's big problem at the plate? Not feeling comfortable or just going out of the zone too much?
He's the uppercut. I think
trying to hit too many home runs.
They have him fooled right now.
Or you think he's trying to hit too many home runs and pulling the ball too much?
Possibly, yeah. He should be playing the field. He should go to left field, go to center field. What he was doing when he was trying to hit the ball to the left side, he kept hitting ground balls to third. So he's probably off of that. He said, "Well, you know what? I better pull it." But now he's pulling it, and it's either a pop up or a little ground ball to second or first. And but I think he'll get it. John says to Bill, we have fun over here. Hey, Bill, happy wife, happy life. No question about it. That comes first. And the Yankees come after that, but the Yankees are a close second, I'm sure, to everybody. Let's. Like I said, you can't say enough about this. We're hoping that there's a game tomorrow. By the way, if there is a game tomorrow, we will be on with the pregame at 12:15, and then afterwards for the post game. So everybody, look for that. I will have a early morning update with anything that you missed overnight. If there was any transactions, big games that happen, surprises, you'll definitely know about it. So guys, anything else that you'd like to talk about? You like to talk as far as the game goes?
How about tomorrow's game? We have Schmidt and Littell. Both of them, both Schmidt and Littell have not had a. No, Littell is 1-5 with a 5.03, and Schmidt is hasn't done any better, even though he's only had, I think, 2 out. I don't know if it's been 1 or 2 outings. So tomorrow, I'm looking for Schmidt to have a bounce back, improved games compared to what he was at the first time.
Are we looking for a high scoring game tomorrow?
Maybe because we both have. They're both pitchers who don't have no. They haven't shown they can have good control yet. So tomorrow, it's possible it's going to be a higher scoring game. Maybe the Yankees might score 7 or more runs.
Wow. Ken?
Depend if they are not swinging out of the zone.
Essentially, you're looking at a Clark Schmidt versus Cookie Carrasco type pitcher. He's 1-5 for a reason. His last outing was pretty solid, but he doesn't have the velocity to overpower anybody. His fastball is only 92 miles an hour, and that's when it's topped out. He's probably closer to 90 when he's throwing, and he has to rely on a lot of movement. If we have patient at bats with him, we will drive his pitch count through the roof, because he is one of those guys that's only averaging 5 innings.
Yeah, Littell is also a former Yankee prospect.
And who the hell was the pitcher tonight?
He's made some adjustments in his swings.
For who?
The Rock. I know Fried was our pitcher. I'm talking the Rocky pitcher.
What's his name? Ryan?
Peppa.
Yeah.
He only mustered 4.1 innings this evening, so they had to dip into their bullpen early and long.
Yeah.
So with this other guy coming up, he's not a long haul pitcher too, so their bullpen could be juiced tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
With that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Rays make a move to add another arm to their bullpen.
Maybe. Just a quick thing on the scoreboard, guys. We got 2 10-0 bullets on the scoreboard. The Mariners now lead. Wow, the Mariners scoring 10 runs. They lead 10-0 over Texas, and the Chicago Cubs 10-0 over Milwaukee, both in the bottom of the 7th innings. So you got 10-0 bullets going. The Mets are still up 6-3, and the Dodgers and the Braves have been delayed for a while now. And the Padres took the lead now on the Pirates. It's now 5-4. So that is your updated score as the night is winding down.
I know Jason wanted Kyle Tucker, but I don't see him leaving the Cubs unless
Not the way he's playing, not the way he gels there. They're going to give him the money, man. I really believe it.
He's gonna test the market, but I think the Cubs can afford to keep him.
I don't think the Yankees are going to put another $500 million guy on the team. I seriously doubt it.
I don't see the team making moves at the trade deadline. If we pick anybody up, it's probably going to be somebody on the fringe, whether it be a right-handed bat or a bullpen arm. I don't see us picking up a starter.
No.
Only if it lands in our lap and it makes sense to Cashman to go to Hal and say, listen, this may take us, no guarantees, but this may take us over the top. What do you think? And
one thing to remember about the trade deadline, we have a bunch of guys coming back from injuries. So getting those players back, the bullpen pieces and the starters, is very similar to trading for a starter. When you get Louis Hill back, let's say it's around June, July, before the trade deadline, that's essentially trading for a Rookie of the Year quality type pitcher. Well, he is the Rookie of the Year, but you're trading for a number 2 or 3 starter. You're getting back a 2 or 3 starter. Oh, that's better than a trade.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, no question
I don't know
about
what that background noise is.
No, that was a radio popping up on a sleeping thing. Sorry about that. Forgot
I'll
all
tell you who
about
it wasn't. It wasn't
What?
Ken because there's no noise around me.
and no. It
Yeah,
was
I already took care of the dogs.
the dog is done, huh?
Yeah.
But no, it just I do believe I think DJ LeMayu started again tonight, guys. Anybody know how that went? I was
Let me
gonna
look.
take a look.
But with regard to Tucker, right now we're sitting at 281 mil in payroll for next season's salary.
Right.
That's with the inclusion of 10 mil being kicked in by the Marlins for Stanton's contract, and us paying out Hicks and Rizzo being off the books. What we have for needs next season, right off the bat, is Weaver and Williams are both free agents. So that's your top two bullets in the back end of the bullpen. Are you going to let them both walk, or are you going to sign somebody?
I would side Weaver.
Well,
If-
yeah, you may change your mind at the end of the year. We don't know. That's too early to. And May 2nd, May 3rd, you're saying that, but you got to give the guy a chance. I mean, new league, new team, a little bit more pressure. I understand. Big money, whatever, but we'll make that determination at the end. I think the Yankees will make at least sign one of them. No question about that.
But
May not get both, but one I think they'll get.
you're looking at the need for two back end bullpen arms. I don't think that Bellinger is going to opt out of his contract, especially if he's hitting like shit like he is now.
Right.
There's no chance that he's going to get a better offer going the free market.
No question.
So at that point, either we bring Spencer Jones up to fill an outfield spot and send Goldie to play first. That still leaves us a hole at third base, which is going to need to get addressed. And my belief is that the Yankees are going to go for a starter
Okay.
in the open market.
We got to get the list of next year's free agents, pitchers and hitters, and
Well, I will tell you the top pitchers that are going to be out there are the left-handed pitcher from the Astros, Framber Valdez.
yeah, he's
Dylan Cease is going to be out there. Michael King is going to be out there. Zach Gallen from the Diamondbacks, the guy who smacked our asses, is a free agent at the end of the season. And those are all the top tier pitchers. Then you have pitchers that can opt out, like Walker Buehler.
I have a few things about the LeMahieu that I see.
Go ahead.
He's on the rehab assignment. So far, he's 6 for 13. Even though he was 0 for 3 today, he's only had 13 at bats. He has 6 hits, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, batting .462 in 13 at bats. So it's an encouraging sign for DJ LeMahieu that if he can come back and hit and play infield.
Well,
that might be another bat in the lineup to take the place of an absent Chisholm, depending on how long he gets out.
Well, what you're gonna see with DJ is by the time he gets about 50 official at bats is when they'll bring him up.
probably.
Right now, he's only at 13.
Well, yeah, man. He also got hurt. He had a little injury. He got a cortisone shot, and
So-
he's right back in there. So
At that rate, 50 at bats is about 3.5 weeks.
So by the end of the month.
Yeah, give or take. Yes, no question about it.
So you would see him coming back either in the Dodgers series or right when we get back from the Dodgers series.
and that's gonna be big, man. Oh my God.
Right around Memorial Day.
You know, I'm letting eating my chops right now with the Mets series, the Dodgers series, the Padres series, and man, in a perfect world, we would have had that really good the regular pitching staff. Oh man, that would have been really really terrific on our side. But
Yeah, but their pitching staff is dilapidated too.
yeah, no, I know that. I just I'm looking on the Yankee side, and obviously if we were healthy, we would go into those series very very confident, very confident. But it is what it is. Hopefully, we could get Eel back soon. That would be a big lift. Obviously, Clark Smith pitches better. That's going to help us. So they got a lot of work to do. A lot of games in May. Starting it off pretty good. So let's continue. Let's hope there's a game tomorrow, and for Sunday, and we keep going. So. I guess we could start with some final thoughts, guys. We're getting close to an hour on the stream.
A comment to John Ferrazzo. Right now, Lombard Jr. is playing at high A. I don't think that he's even going to be. He'll make it out of Double A next year. I think he'll get a promotion probably around the All-Star break to bring him to Double A. And if he comes up, it's probably in the 27th season, although I don't think we're going to have a 27th season, at least not much of one.
Yep.
You're predicting a strike?
I am.
Oh, I believe that too.
What do you think could be done to prevent the strike?
Personally, owners want a cap. Players Union definitely doesn't want one, especially with the big banging salaries.
Wasn't that the reason for the 94? 94
Yes,
they
it
wanted
was.
the cap also. So the owners don't learn their lesson.
No, they don't.
And what ended up happening? The old CBA was reinstated by a federal mediator and a federal judge. That's how we got baseball in 1995.
So it seems like it's on the same pace.
Yep.
It tends to traject that way. I will tell you. Some of the other things that they're going to talk about is this deferral money shit too.
Yeah.
I saw one proposal that I know that would drive the players batshit. That they were that there was something out there to limit the contract year length to 5-year contracts.
Well, that's not going to happen.
If they did that, that would definitely put a self-imposed cap on what you would end up spending. Plus, it would probably make every team out there in the major leagues competitive for all free agents.
Yep.
Maybe
So
instead of a 5-year cap, they should do a 10-year. That might. The contracts these days are usually not 10 years. But hey, if we had a 10-year cap on the contract, Stanton would be off the team.
Yeah. No, I believe maybe they could do 6 years. But
it's going to be about money. You're going to have push on one and pull on the other.
It's always about money. All CBAs are about money.
Plus now the players want a bigger chunk of revenue sharing from
Television,
like the Yes Network.
That's how the television market is how the team gets most of the money.
And then half of the teams in the large market areas want want a floor, and they want something in writing that if they give competitive balance money to teams and they don't spend the money, that they have to give the shit back. And I think that that's fair.
That should happen. This is what I think I talked to Jason about one time on the stream. If a team gets competitive balance money and doesn't spend it on to improve their team, then they should return the money or basically forfeit. If I'm giving you money to improve your team and you're parking in it to buy your next yacht, that's not fair. That yacht that you bought, maybe it should belong to me because I'm giving you money to improve your team, not improve your personal life.
Well, last year, the Yankees paid out $136 million in competitive balance tax.
Yes, and that's more money than some teams' payroll.
Exactly.
Well,
We
that's
paid
the whole
more-
idea. We
we
can't
put-
keep going this way.
We paid more in competitive balance tax than the Marlins have as an overall payroll.
I mean, and
Maybe
that's
the Marlins and the A's both combined.
the
we paid
Marlins,
more than
and
they have.
that's also why I personally would like to see a salary floor. They have to, where teams have to spend a certain amount of money or they get some type of penalty. Either they don't get luxury tax money, they lose a draft pick. There has to be some balance. You can't just have all the teams that want to improve spending, having $300 million payrolls, and teams that don't give a shit about that team spending $50 million, $40 million, and do nothing to improve. That's basically how the A's, they went from, I don't know, very competitive in 2000, 2001 to a batshit crazy team that moved. They wanted to move out of Oakland for the last 15 years.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been to Oakland. I've been to San Francisco.
There's a Navy base in Oakland. It's not too far from the stadium. Do you know that the base won't let sailors on payday walk outside the gate? If they need transportation, they either have to be on a bus or in a cab because it's a war zone out there. There are freaking criminals everywhere, and they're around the stadium, and people get mugged and robbed on a regular basis. That's why the attendance is so bad there, and that's why the A's wanted to leave, because it wasn't safe.
Well, then,
And you would tend to think that you would, if this is one of the places that you're trying to make money from, and your pay base like the sailors, that you would actually put cops there.
Oh, right.
well, then the A's needed to get more security or hire private security or send the state a bill to fix up the shit that they caused. I don't know how to fix. I don't know how to fix a public problem.
They couldn't get money to renovate the stadium. They couldn't get cops to patrol the area to make the stadium safe for the fans coming in. The area around the stadium was very run down.
Well,
And-
maybe they should sell whoever owns the land should bulldoze everything and try to build something to help the community.
It's possible.
You'd imagine. And honestly, for me, Jonathan, I got a big freaking issue with, you have like Florida. Florida has a baseball team down there in Miami.
Yeah.
You have a baseball team in Tampa. They're proposing another baseball team in Orlando.
Wow.
Florida doesn't support sports teams worth a damn.
No.
So why would you give them a third team?
I thought a good place for another team would not be Florida. It would be North Carolina, or even Virginia near Richmond.
I don't believe that would be a bad move. Actually, the Hampton Roads area, my area, was in the final bidding for the Expos when they were leaving Montreal.
I
We
thought
had
I thought Raleigh was a better area than Charlotte, but Charlotte could be a good area too.
we had a actual stadium that they could go play in that was paid for.
So why didn't someone use it? Why don't they someone call the A's or the Marlins, not the A's, the Marlins, saying, we have a nice stadium ready for you in Virginia. If you're willing to move there, you can move out of Miami and play in Virginia. We have the fans, we have the local revenue. I know the Washington Nationals will hate a team in Virginia because they will take some of their fans.
Who knows?
But that is business.
Well-
I'm sure Baltimore hated Washington when they moved.
Well, yeah, that wasn't too keen. That was everybody knew that, no question about it.
But the thing that pissed me off when the Washington pulled the team, Washington had a baseball franchise at one point,
Yeah,
and they lost it because the fans there didn't support the team, and they moved.
that was in 1972, I believe. They moved to where did they move to?
I don't remember.
Is that the team that became the Seattle Mariners? Or
You mean what, Washington you're talking about?
where did the
Yeah,
Texas Rangers.
Washington Senators? They moved to
Texas
Minnesota.
Rangers. Texas Rangers.
Texas, yeah, Texas Rangers. Yes, Texas.
And who did the Colt 45s become?
Astros.
Is that the Astros?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
the Colt 45 was the original name of the Astros.
Well, guys, listen, we're over an hour on the stream. I do want to make one mention a little off a baseball topic. Congratulations to the new head coach of the New York Rangers, Mike Sullivan. I thought that was a fantastic pick for the type of team that they have, which isn't that far away. They lost their way. They definitely lost playing for the coach, Laviette, and I think Sullivan, who was an assistant here in 2012 and 2013, is a wonderful pick. And I am really, really happy that if somebody's going to run that team next year, it's going to be Mike Sullivan. So congratulations, Mike. We wish you all the luck in the world here at NY Yankee. We want to see you. They have a correspondent with the Yankees, with Madison Square Garden Network, and also, of course, with the Yankees. So the Yes Network. So it's a very, very big day in Ranger Land, and for that team, for that mix. So congratulations there. I want to just make sure everybody. First of all, thank everybody in the chat. Don't forget. Sign up the button. Sign that button for us. Make sure you subscribe, please, and come back. And hopefully tomorrow will be a big day. We will have the pregame show. I will do a show in the morning around 8 a.m. and we'll go over everything. We'll have a great idea if we'll have a game by then. So stay tuned. We will come back to you at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then we'll see what happens the rest of the day. Final thoughts from Ken and Jonathan. Ken, go first.
Good solid outing today for the Yankees. Had enough productivity out of the bats to get it done. Outstanding result from our starter, Max Fried. Devin Williams came out and pitched another clean frame. What can you say about Weaver? He's just locking it down. Hasn't allowed a run this season. So,
Awesome.
what more can you ask for?
No, fantastic.
Yeah,
Jonathan,
it was also a great outing by Fried. Saves the bullpen. I'm hoping to see a better outing for Schmidt compared to his earlier starts. Maybe he needed a few, due to the fact he didn't have a spring training, he needs a few starts to get going. But I'm hoping Schmidt can find his way and start pitching. Maybe not like Fried, but be having a quality outing. If Schmidt can give us a quality outing tomorrow, that's all I ask for.
Cool. I feel the same way. I want a quality start, or at least I know we have a little rested bullpen now, and you could still go to the two biggies in the end. So, being the fact there was only one inning, and not that many pitches that they threw, so all is rosy, everyone. Yankees stayed 2 games up as the Red Sox won their game, and another game off the schedule, guys. 100 and something left, but little by little it starts weeding down. You know how fast the days and the years go. So, but with that in mind, everyone, we will definitely see you tomorrow. And thank you again for our new subscribers. I give my hat off to everyone. Thank you. Keep them coming. Come and see and talk to Ken at The Ugly Truth. And you will get not only current information, a lot of back information, years ago, years front, you name it. And Jonathan is always Johnny on the spot. He breaks things. He's a whirlwind and a big contributor to a lot of our podcasts, and we really, really thank him. We can't thank him enough. Thank you for also, of course, being on the show. So with that in mind, everyone, have a great, great night. Where we go, let's go Yankees. I know Ken wants to end with that. Go ahead.
Let's go Yankees.
And you, Jonathan?
Have a good night. Looking forward to another good game tomorrow if there is no rain out.
You got it. I say let's go Yankees. Love everyone. Thank you so much. We will see you at 8 a.m. for bagels, pancakes, and Yankees. Talk to you soon. Good night, everyone.